I don't normally do unboxing videos because I'm so excited that I don't want to take the time to film it, but it's in the middle of winter, so this got delivered and I figured I'd let it warm up before I open the box. So it's been in the house a couple hours. This is a, well, I'm not going to tell you till you see it. Well, so I guess we're going to have to take our point off immediately because the nut, I had to cut the nut. I couldn't play it. The tuning was driving me bonkers, man. Okay, here we got the Dean Z. Going into a Marshall 205H, the 50-watt head. All right, here's the bridge pickup, I think. Yeah, here's bridge. I ordered this guitar off of Amazon, and it came from a company called Photo Savings. I've never bought anything from Photo Savings before, but Guitar Player's Guide. What is this? A little bit louder. They break up fast, super hot pickups. Yeah, stuff I don't care to read about. I'm too old. In any case, what do we got here? I'm kind of silly that I wouldn't tell you the name because I'll probably put it in the title of the video. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous, huh? Yeah, it's a Dean Z. So here's the neck. Yep, they break up real fast. Here's the middle. Well, that's a nice bag of desiccant. Don't eat it, of course. Oh yeah, cool. Yes, this is a Dean Z 79, and it's factory refurbished. What's wrong with the thing? They're really pokey. I can't really tell. What did they refurbish? There's still plastic on the pickups. Of course, that's not hard to replace. Sounds a little bit like it. I know I ain't playing the riff right. Anyway, when I get a guitar, I just plug it in, try to find a good spot on the amp, and then play around until I find something that inspires me. Yeah, I don't know. What is used about it? Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. That amp's tone controls are basically straight up and down. I don't like the clean tone at all, so obviously it's a high gain guitar. What's this do? Yep. Yeah, well, that's all. If I find something, I'll make a close-up of it, I guess. Now, I don't know why guitar companies put plastic nuts on, because, you know, bone nuts or a Graphtec nut, they're not that much. How much does that add to the price of the guitar? I don't know. Maybe if you're buying in bulk, plastic is a much cheaper way to go, but on mass-produced guitars, especially, this guitar was built in India. They just get the setup close, but not perfect. I don't know. That's why plastic nuts stink. They're hard to file, too, because they just get hot and sticky. So I need to replace that nut with a Graphtec or a bone, but we'll try to file the plastic nut down and see if it'll stay in tune, and then I'll just play it until it wears out. I don't understand. It's even got the covered plastic on the truss rod cover. Yeah, so I bought this guitar and I started having to work a lot, so I haven't had a chance to look at it closely. So I took it back, plugged it in, and started playing, trying to see how the pickups sound, and it just won't stay in tune. And it won't stay in tune is because they got this crappy plastic nut. I screwed that up. Sorry. I want to do this again. Sorry. It's got this black plastic nut, and I've already done the E and the A strings. I don't know if you can see it from this side, but see how the E string right here is now going down? So is the A string, but the D string, this third string, it's horizontal all the way back to the back of the nut. Yeah, go back and focus. And what happens is when you bend the D string up, it pulls the string towards the bridge, and then it gets pinched in this nut, and now the string will stay sharp. And so then you got to retune it. So every time I bend it, it goes out of tune. I don't understand. That's pretty damn cool, though. So I was looking for a Explorer, and I read the Epiphone Explorers are pretty decent, but around me, I just never see them in stock. And, you know, I was checking online, and everybody seems to be out of stock online as well. And then as soon as I get them in, they sell within a day. And I'd like to actually go play one before I bought one. But anyway, while I was digging around looking for them, I found a Dean Z79 on, well, Amazon, the Jungle website. Look how big that headstock is. It's obnoxiously big. Is that cool or is it not cool? I don't know. Sorry. Well, that's the bridge. Oh, I know. I guess Gibson, I don't know, sued a couple of companies, and most recently Dean, and gave him a cease and desist and said, hey, you can't make this body shape anymore. So you'll see these online at all the big retailers like Musician's Friend and Guitar Center, stuff like that, but they never have them in stock. They had 3 of them, and one of them was used. They said it was factory refurbished. I got it for $450. They normally list for $569, and I was like, well, I might as well pull the trigger. And so I've been looking at it pretty close. forever.
What I've found on it, I don't know if you can see the edge of the binding there, where the binding meets the side of the body, or I wonder if I can do this, right here. This line is not crisp, but that drives me nuts. On the top, it doesn't look too bad, the binding on the top, but on the back, it's just not a sharp line. It's not very sharp on the neck either. Other than that, the only other flaws I found was there's a shadow right here, and there's a shadow over here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a shadow right here in the gloss and a shadow right here. But otherwise, I don't see any other finish flaws in it. This is a Eastern mahogany guitar with a rosewood neck. It's 4 pieces on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4. And it's got a 3-piece neck. So no scarf joint. It is a 3-piece neck all the way through. Man, that headstock is huge. And then where it's glued in on the heel there, that looks pretty good. The other weird thing, I don't really know, where the binding doesn't meet the side of the fretboard here. I don't know if that bugs me or not. But anyway, I thought, screw it, I'm gonna buy this. This will be my project guitar. So let's check it out and see how decent it is. The guitar is set up fine. The only thing wrong with it was the nut. The strings went straight to the back of the nut and then started to angle towards the tuning keys. And so what I did was file the nut down so that the strings start diving right after they leave the front face, so that the only place they're touching is at the front of the nut. You know, that's good. I didn't lower the action much down here, if at all. All I did was cut the nut with a better angle.
All right, here's the neck. Hey, the neck pickup tone comes through. Sorry, I'm very sorry. That's horrible. Yeah, here's the middle.
Let's check the action again. Gibson says on their Explorers, they go 1/64th between the top of the fret and the bottom of the high E, 2/64ths on the low E, and then up at the 12th fret they go 3/64ths and 4/64ths. So we're at, yep, 1/64ths, 1.5, 3, and 4/64ths. So the action is just like a Gibson, and there is no buzzing. I checked this all the way up several times. So the frets are good.
Neck tone does come through high gain, but I think these pickups are too hot for my taste. They're real pokey. They got a lot of attack.
Every guitar I get, I polish the frets, but this one I didn't have to. It came with the D'Addario strings and they're in good shape. So I don't really know if the guitar was refurbished or not. Maybe they sanded it and tried to shoot paint on it again. I don't know. The truss rod, maybe 2 sheets of paper underneath there, but it doesn't choke out anywhere and it plays fine, so. Should I mod this guitar so that it looks more like an Explorer? I've got 3 guitars here, the Dean Z, an Explorer, and a Flying V. I want it to look like an Explorer, so I've already ordered the pick guard because it was cheap, but I don't know if I'm gonna install it or not. And I do like the hockey stick or the banana headstocks, I don't know, whatever you call it on an Explorer, but this headstock is so huge. I mean, it's the big original Dean V headstock. It's obnoxiously huge, so does that match the guitar? I don't know. What are we gonna do? Oh, let's check how hot the pickups are. I suspect they're extremely hot. The DMT series time capsule pickups for both the neck and the bridge. They're not the same pickup. One's for the neck, one's for the bridge, obviously. So let's see how hot these are. So the bridge pickup, wow. 14.46K on the bridge. On the neck, 7.46. 7.46 on the neck. In the middle, 4.92. So yeah, the bridge is very hot, and the neck, I don't know how hot it is. We'll just have to see how it sounds, but the bridge is twice as hot as the neck. So I'm guessing the neck probably has more inductance, more Henrys, I guess. Oh, intonation, let's check it real quick. Dead on, dead on, dead on, dead on, dead on, dead on. So everything was set up great with it from the factory except for the nut, and it's that plastic nut. I'm probably gonna say that 4 times in this video. Let's look inside the electronics pockets, see what quality is in there. Oh, I'm gonna show you this up close. So we're coming down on the guitar. The only thing I did find is there's a little bit of buffing compound by the string ferrules, but you can see the colored ball ends. Those are definitely D'Addario strings. That pocket fits pretty good, but this little cover, yeah, the cover's not cut straight. The route looks fine, but that cover, I don't know. That doesn't really bug me. So let's take the covers off, see what's underneath there. Okay, so shielding tape. There's shielding tape on the back of the switch cover, and in the switch they got that black shielding paint, and it looks like a pretty beefy switch. So yeah, that's a nice switch. And decent dark black cable, and the shield landed. I like that. That looks good. So let's take the cover off. It's shielded it on the back, and it's got shielding paint on the inside. Full-size alpha pots, all 3 of them. They could have cut that a little cleaner. Why would you leave that much of the zip tie on it? But yeah, simple control cavity. It looks like it's cut nice. So yeah, and string through ferrules, cool. So yeah, I forgot to tell you about this guitar. It was made in India. It is an import. It's got the 3-piece mahogany neck, Eastern mahogany they call it, which I think that's NATO wood. It is Gibson scale, 24 3/4. Set neck. Oh, neck shape. It is a V. It's a soft V, more pronounced V by the nut. Where the neck gets wider up around the 12th fret, it turns more to a D. The fretboard material is Indian rosewood. Inlays are abalone dot. They're pretty nice. 22 jumbo frets. The body is mahogany, Eastern mahogany. It's a Z. I don't know if I said this. Z. Dean is not allowed to sell Z guitars anymore because of Gibson. I don't know why. You know, I think Dean Zielinski, the original, was building these in 76 or 7, right? And then for 40 years, I mean, he sold the company and they still made these guitars. Binding, single ply cream, gloss natural finish. It's got the DMT Time Series capsule pickups in it. 4-piece string through body, 2-pneumatic like bridge. I don't know if I'm going to swap that with a fixed tail piece. When you look at these guitars, the Explorers, I like them because there's so much real estate up here that's not interrupted, especially if you have the small stop tail piece. So I might take that off, but then I'll have holes in the top. Should I goof this guitar up, even though the finish is already goofed up? I don't know. It's got the gold speed knobs, that's cool. Indian rosewood 12-inch radius fretboard with abalone dot inlays. They're pretty cool, they look nice. Jumbo frets, the gigantic original headstock. Pretty nice jack, it's tight. Oh, Grover 18-to-1 tuners. They feel fine, very smooth. My overall thoughts on this guitar. Thumbs up or thumbs down? I'd give it, I don't know, 7 stars out of 10 for the money I paid for it, only because of the finish flaws. But I did buy it as factory refurbished, I guess, so that's on me. Otherwise, the V is pretty pronounced at the base of the neck here by the nut, and then gets flatter. Now, like anybody, I want a Carina Explorer, right? They're just cool. But what Gibson wants for the reissues is crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sing. What do I think? The pickups are very hot. If you're gonna play hardcore, I guess, or super distorted tones, they'd be good. But clean or vintage, not really. They're too high output. So I'll probably swap those. But anyway, sorry for the crappy playing. I hope the tones come through. I don't know. Should I mod this to look more like a Carina Explorer? In any case, this is going to be, because $400 for a decent guitar ain't bad. It might be my mod guitar. What am I going to do to it? I don't know. Should I leave it as is? I don't know. I just don't know. But I like it. It's cool. Yeah, I forgot to say. 9 pounds. It's heavy. 9 pounds. That's heavy. I like it. It's cool.